Welcome back. You're listening to Barely Sober Walker Talk, and today we are going over Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 5, titled Captive. I'm Chris Jokas, and with me, as always, is my co-host, George Pecoraro.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
How's it going? All right, so, George, let's get right into the ratings. What do you give this episode?
I want to say like a 7. I'm going to give it a 7.5, 7.5.
Me too, man. I'm giving it a 7.5. This fucking show is just, it's like surprising me every week.
It is surprising, and like we were saying, it's satisfying.
It's satisfying, definitely.
I kind of want to say it's better than Walking Dead.
I know. I mean, there's certain things about The Walking Dead that this show doesn't have yet. Like, I don't feel like I particularly like any of the characters more than I like Rick Grimes or Michonne or Daryl. Yeah,
but I like the characters better, but the story and the plot and kind of like what you receive from the show.
Yeah, episode by episode, I feel like it's drawing me in more and more, and it's like you said, it's satisfying. I'm never like pissed off at the TV.
Yeah. I'm kind of just like intrigued in the story.
Which is like 97% of the time when I'm watching the regular Walking Dead, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, the whole episode, I'm like furious. Right? And this show is just, it's, I don't know, like, I kind of like I kind of like focus on it.
So, and this is funny. So this episode is titled Captive, and it's because a couple of the characters are captured in this episode. And I've done a video rant about the regular Walking Dead show about how many times they use this getting captured plot device. If you haven't seen that video, you can find it somewhere on our page. Just go through the uploads. But I kind of was like thinking that this might be an episode that annoyed me, but it didn't. I actually liked this. This was very interesting to me. I was like compelled the whole time. And it was cool how they resolved it too. So overall, I got really nothing too bad to say about this episode. What about you? You want to go into negatives? I really kind of don't have negatives.
I mean, it was just this. There's no negatives. Yeah. It wasn't like we only rated it a 7.5, so it wasn't the greatest.
Yeah,
episode.
It wasn't a phenomenal episode, but
the plot was moving.
Yes,
I think it was what we're trying to say. The plot was moving the whole time.
The plot's moving. The one thing we keep saying is this show needs an episode that's like a Red Wedding episode from like Game of Thrones, or like it needs an episode like that. But so far, it's okay that it hasn't. I mean, we're only on episode 5 right now, and I'm sure the mid-season finale is going to be something pretty crazy. But as long as these episodes keep moving along, plot keeps moving along, week by week, I'm into it. All right, so let's talk about some of the positives. I'm still liking the characterization of everyone.
They're kind of growing as characters, and they kind of are willing to sacrifice themselves or like put themselves, like they do what they have to do.
Yeah, they're also different too. Like you kind of are clearly knowing like who these characters are now. They're much more different from each other than maybe like if you think about the earlier seasons of the regular Walking Dead, you're just like, who, like, there's Rick and there's Shane and there's Daryl and then there's everyone else, everyone else is like lumped together. In this show, like, everyone has their own individual personality and they all do their new things. So do their own things. I mean,
yes, definitely. It kind of like, I don't know, like what I want to say. There's kind of like already that, like betrayal, kind of like, so it's kind of like you kind of see the groups forming, and then you see they're kind of ready to make, a lot of them are ready to make tough choices.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of, and then like kind of play with the system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with, what's his name? Daniel? Who Reed died.
Reed?
Reed, the guy who is stuck with the.
Oh, is that him? I don't know who the guy.
His name's Reed, and he has he was dying.
The guy that was burned.
No. Reed is the guy who they held captive to trade for
the guy
Travis.
Chris shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but to use him as bait, and to kind of like when Madison threw him at the Connor.
Yeah.
And the other, I thought that was great. I thought that was like hilarious because especially putting a bag over his head.
Hell yeah. Well,
like I didn't even think of that. I'm like, God, what are they going to do with this?
This goes back to the thing I've also been saying is like, are these characters going to become kind of like villains like going forward? Because I know they're still like the good guys. You're still watching it and you're like, they're the good guys, but they're doing some kind of fucked up shit already. You know, they really are. Like Chris just shot that guy in the face while he was tied up. And then, instead of, like, putting him out of his misery, they use him as Walker bait. I mean, they had to do what they had to do, don't get me wrong. But, like, it seems more on, like, the villainous side, and they're just going that route, and they're getting more and more comfortable doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially, yeah, like, because, I can't remember her name, but she said, like, she's like, oh, I'm getting comfortable looking at this. Mm-hmm. The dead body.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, no, don't say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, I feel like Nick's one of a guy who's like, would think like you gotta kind of get used to seeing dead bodies. But him saying to not get used to it, I don't know, kind of took me back a little bit.
Me too. I that did seem a little out of place for his character to say that, because he's kind of been like the one that's like, yeah, like this is the world now. We got to get used to this. So we have. What do you think about Alicia's plot line during this?
I don't know. It's kind of like the kid that I can't remember the gentleman that she's talking to. Jack's kind of annoying. He's like in love with this girl.
Yeah.
And I don't think Alicia's into him at all, and she's using him to keep her family alive.
Right.
And she's kind of playing the card that she has of her beauty and having this guy wrapped around her finger in a way. And then, you know, she does this. She was kind of saying like, no, like I need to be with my family, and she kind of did this cool slide.
The slide was cool. I like the slide, right?
I even wrote that down.
Yeah,
I wrote down Alicia badass slide.
I know, when she's just like, I'm sorry, and then sliding down the thing. That was awesome.
It was kind of cool. It was cool. She slid into the water, got picked up, and that was it.
I know. Yeah. And then just leaving that guy behind to pretty much die. I mean, that's kind of a death sentence when you're out on your own, you know?
Yeah.
So they're all making these tough choices, and I thought her plot line was like a little boring. I said I didn't have any negatives, and I don't, but that was maybe one of the weaker points of the episode if I did have to pick.
Right.
Just because she was kind of like, I don't know, going here and there. I was hoping she would like have to kill someone, to be honest.
Yeah, but, kind of like has there been a murder yet?
Well, Chris just murdered that guy.
Do you think Chris did he murder Reed?
Yeah,
or did he?
I think it was heavily implied that.
Or did he like this guy Reed pass out, and he kind of was like, oh, he's gonna turn into a zombie. Let me shoot him.
I got the feeling that he just outright killed him, kind of out of rage. There was kind of a mystery,
and they were kind of just like Madison was just like, oh, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, we needed him, but whatever.
They might talk a little bit more about that now that Travis can reunite with Chris. Maybe Chris will, like, open up to him or something, but...
Right. And it was kind of... And, yeah. And, well, what about... I want to talk about Strand talking with Lewis in Spanish.
Right. And
about where they're going and the money they need. And obviously, I don't know why they didn't realize that, Danny didn't hear them.
He did hear them.
Yeah, like, why would Daniel why would they talk in Spanish like Daniel can't understand them? Like, wouldn't they think that he knows Spanish?
Well, I mean, the guy Lewis probably doesn't know.
Is he stupid?
I don't know. Well, come on.
Yeah, so they're talking...
Just assume someone knows Spanish, but...
Yeah. But he, like, what is it? They were talking about them too. They only had money. They only made arrangements for them and have money for them.
Yeah.
And what does it mean for them? And kind of you see Strand kind of go through this compassion. He kind of like becomes on their side a little bit. As much as he's been distant and pushing them away and maybe using them, he's kind of like with them now.
I guess Madison saving his life last episode, you know, just, I don't know if it's just like he's feeling compassionate or just feeling indebted to them. But yeah, either way, there definitely was a turn with his character this episode.
Yeah, definitely. And then when he was very compassionate when Lewis was there, and Lewis left, and then he kind of got that strand that we know.
Right.
He was kind of saying, don't.
I forgot exactly don't thank me or whatever. Like, yeah,
don't thank me.
Consider us even.
Yeah, he kind of got that. Yeah, he kind of got that strand that we were used to.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting. What? So another thing that was cool was we saw Alex again.
Right. Yeah.
The girl that Strand cut from is Alex. Alex is still alive too.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm assuming she'll be back again. It's weird. It's like 2 episodes now. They've like seen Alex and then got away from her.
Yeah. So like Strand cut the rope of her boat, and then all of a sudden she shows up with Travis there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like wasn't expecting that. I was expecting her to see her again, but not so soon.
Yeah, me too. But that makes sense, I guess. It makes more sense to see her there than as opposed to like a season from now, like popping up. Like I thought maybe they're gonna do like the Morgan route with her, where she like shows up a lot later, and all of a sudden she's like a badass warrior. But yeah, they brought her back early enough, and it was interesting because you get to see it from her perspective. And again, like she's seeing the main characters like they're villains. So I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I'm seeing. It seems like the writers are putting in these little hints, little seeds to grow.
I mean, it kind of makes. It kind of make. I guess it kind of makes sense to do. I mean, do you really? Because there's such good people now. You know. They're such. I feel like they're still so.
They are, but they're not though. Like they're very comfortable with ditching people. Like they're very comfortable with finding people that want to come on board, and just being like, "All right, stay in the raft, though." Like,
yeah, I mean, but Strain kind of makes that choice for them.
I know. Yeah, but they're getting more and more used to it. They've already left behind a little boy on the dock that one episode. Then they left people in a raft the other episode. This episode, Alicia left behind the guy. Like, they're leaving people behind left and right. Not to say that, like, Rick and his crew didn't do that, but definitely not as early on.
Yeah, agree. They probably, they took on everybody. But at that time, I mean, at this time, there isn't a defined, like, there's, like, more people now, and there's groups that you got to be a part of, and you got to build your group. I guess it's hard to do on the water.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I could be totally wrong. It just it just seems
would be
like
interesting.
I think it would be cool. Maybe I just want it more than I'm.
Do you consider Negan a bad guy?
Yes, but but he's got like a sort of a code. So maybe if you're on Negan's side, you don't see him as much of a bad guy. So maybe it'll be like the same sort of thing. I don't know. Who knows? Man, Travis threw that one headbutt though later on in the episode. You see that? It's still tied up. I was like,
he was still tied up, and he got.
I was like, how dumb does that guy feel? He's like running at him. This guy's tied up, and he just gets headbutted the fuck out.
And he got tackled bad. I laughed at that when he got picked up and thrown on his back.
What a sloppy fight. And then Madison's just like kicking the other guy.
Kicking him in the ribs. Yeah. Why do they have guns on them?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they say come unarmed, but even every time, like when they say to Rick or other people come unarmed, they still have something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They sneak a knife or I mean, she did have a pocket knife, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I enjoyed this episode.
Totally. Yeah. It is.
Well, I think each one this season is getting better and better.
I agree. I think maybe like even the general population is starting to come around to it a little bit. It had so much hate the first season. I'm seeing less and less of that on social media now.
I mean, I would have to agree with that because I didn't even watch the first season.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the first season.
I know it's like,
to be honest,
it's so horrible to say and will probably get jumped all over by the fans. But yeah, like I really do like this show more than the regular show right now.
It's more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead is just more enjoyable to watch.
I just can't wait.
And it's picking up pace.
I want them to like start to. I guess this wouldn't happen for a while, but like I want them to start to get like signature weapons. You know?
Yeah.
Like, most of them don't even have weapons yet.
Well, I mean, it's hard. They're on a boat.
Yeah, I know, but I want to like.
You know how Daryl has his crossbow? Maybe someone will have a spear gun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Someone else got like a fishing net, just fucking throwing it on zombies.
Like one's got like a fisher pole, like
a trident. They're all just got like.
One has starfish and flings them like ninja stars. Choo choo choo. What the fuck? That'd be funny, but no. Here's the thing, though. So now that they have everybody on the boat again, so like they're gonna start heading to Mexico. I feel like next week episode is just gonna be a filler dead episode.
Yeah, but we've been saying that, and it kind of hasn't been yet.
I guess so. Maybe it's just we're gonna get a dramatic episode. I feel like until they get. I mean, they're gonna take a long time to get to Mexico.
You think so? They might get their next episode.
Maybe
it's probably
just
probably
skip the travel. Skip the travel part of it.
How long do you think they've been out on the water right now? I can't tell if it's been like a couple days or a couple weeks.
I feel like it's got to be like a couple weeks. I mean, they're not really worried about food and water yet.
I know. Well, I guess it's like a really well stocked.
Yeah.
Yacht.
They have a lot of alcohol. Everyone's drinking. I mean, if this was going on, I guess I'd be drinking too.
Yeah, I'd be bombed. But then I would get eaten, though. That's the problem.
Probably. I mean, but then you got to drink the booze while it's still around and it's still not that, still not that bad.
Yeah.
It's still issue. Not that like crazy. The world's still not crazy.
That's
We're just talking about. Can we still get drunk? That's
what they need. They need like a barely sober character on the show, just like wasted all the time, fucks everything up for them.
Well, Nick is an addict, but he's kind of been laying off.
They dropped that, right?
They kind of like picked it up that he just knows a lot about drugs and over the counter.
Yeah, totally. But he's not going through withdrawals or anything. I feel
he did that already. I thought in the first season.
Yeah, I know, but for like a day, I mean, going through heroin withdrawals is like a huge process.
And I'm sure he's still an addict. I mean, he was when they first went on that one island to scavenge.
Yeah,
he was looking for drugs.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe he's
and he was looking in the park ranger, the park ranger's house too. He was looking through the cabinets.
So maybe he might have a relapse at one point.
Yeah.
I guess alcohol's not his thing.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, plenty to come for the show. Hopefully, I mean, we say this every week, I know, but hopefully there's no fillers and it takes more. Each episode has gotten better and better. Hopefully that keeps up.
Yeah.
And I love this. I freaking really enjoying the show. I'm glad I'm watching it.
Totally.
I'm glad you forced the hand on me.
And one more thing. What do you think about Chris? Because I know everyone has hated Chris. I feel like I'm starting to actually kind of enjoy watching his character. Well,
yeah. He did have that teen angst you were talking about and whatever.
Yeah.
But he's kind of overcoming that a little bit and I think he gets where his father's coming from.
Yeah.
But he kind of, I mean, he did, what they left out is, what do you think when he killed Reed? Why? They kind of just skipped that and just went to straight. He shot him.
I think he just needed to get out his aggression. I feel like that was the end of his teen.
But that's not good though. Reed, Reed was antagonizing him and whatever. Or do you think that he just walked up and was like, "Oh, I need to kill this guy"?
I feel like he just was after 2 seasons of being so angry, and then this guy's talking all this shit to him, antagonizing him. He just went out there and shot him in the face, and then you see it that Chris is really upset about it, and it's he kind of realizes oh fuck,
he was manipulated, and he can be easily like he could be like they could get at him just by like messing with him.
Yeah, I think he just he
doesn't know how to control his anger. I guess is what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we got a loose cannon. We got a loose cannon over here.
We'll see. Yeah,
teenage loose cannon.
I still don't know who might be the first one to die out of these people. Like, it seems like the only one that's expendable is Ophelia, but
yeah,
I don't know. Like, that wouldn't even do much for me if she died. So, and I kind of don't want anyone else to die. It seems too soon because I'm just starting to get to like all of them. But
it's like they kind of dug themselves in the hole because they narrowed down their cast
into a small
cast, which is good, but anyone you kill is a big death usually.
Yeah. So
we'll see where that goes.
All right, well, that's it for our show. George, hit him with the social media.
All right, we got Twitter. We got Barely Sober News at Barely Sober News. Please follow us, posting everything. I'll post this video. I'll post all the latest and news and reviews. You could also follow us on Instagram at Barely Sober NR. I'm posting sexy Christopher Jokas art pictures.
That's right.
And posting anything I like. Please follow us, like, and subscribe to the video. And I'm George Pecoraro.
I'm Chris Jokas. Leave your thoughts and opinions below. We'd love to hear what you thought of the episode. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good night.